shall we move to Alabama? Because a man there, Kenneth Smith, has become the first inmate in the world to be executed, but with nitrogen gas. The witness accounts, they really do require a strong stomach. Is this totally inhumane? Is the death penalty inhumane? Or in some circumstances, can it be justified? Paul, I'll start with you on this one. I
think in some circumstances it can. You might be surprised to hear
somebody
really? Like me on the left saying that, but I think of someone like Ian Huntley, and I find it very difficult to accept that someone like Ian Huntley, who killed those two girls in Southam, should be allowed to live the rest of his natural life and die a natural death.
What about this method? I mean, the description.
No, I think this is appalling, actually. I think from the reports that we've seen that this guy allegedly was thrashing on the gurney and writhing for up to 20 minutes, some of the reports say. And this is the first time I think nitrogen has been used in this way. I mean, it reminded me, I don't want to be too graphic, but it reminded me of reading the reports of the Holocaust, when people were gassed in the gas chambers in the Holocaust. This guy sitting there in a face mask with the gas being pumped in, I thought was actually horrific. And when you look at the way that he struggled, you can believe in the death penalty, but believe also that people should not suffer unduly.
Kelvin,
I think this guy...
it wasn't as...
So there needs to be a moratorium on this method, I should say that.
OK, well, they tried to kill him before with an injection and that didn't work. So that was... what was that? That was about 2 years ago. So
that's not his fault.
But back in the day, if it didn't work the first time, they didn't try again.
Yes, I know. Well, that was quite wrong. And so I was delighted that it's not as inhumane as his actions, in which, as a hired killer, he stabbed to death the lady and the family that were all there. They couldn't give a damn. They were pleased to see him go, and I was pleased to see him go, to be honest. I don't even know him.
No, OK, fair enough, Kelvin. That's one argument, to say we're pleased to see him go because he was a wicked killer, and I'll go along with that. Okay. He was a wicked killer, no question about that. But the point of this story is, did he deserve, does anyone, even if they've been sentenced to death, deserve that kind of suffering on their deathbed where they're thrashing around and writhing and they're in pain for 20 minutes? Do you accept that that shouldn't happen?
No, not particularly, actually, funnily enough. I mean,
not bothered.
I honestly, he has sacrificed any humanity on my part, and there isn't much, as you would agree, Paul, on this. Right, I don't have much humanity generally, and I have no humanity about that.
Actually, then, so barbarism, then, we should, we can tear people... If we restore the death penalty, then we can do what we like. We should throw people to a pack of dogs.
What would you prefer? Hanging? Would you prefer hanging?
Well,
does it really matter how they die?
I think
does
hanging,
it, honestly?
I think hanging is done instantly and is far more humane than having someone on a gurney for 20 minutes thrashing around in
OK, well, I'll buy that, Paul. I'm happy. I don't care. As long as they die, I don't really care how they die.
I wasn't expecting this debate to come down to the method of which is used. But you know what? They do polling every now and again on capital punishment, and I think it comes down to about half-half.
It does.
In this country, it usually does.
If you look at the political establishment and Parliament, that's not reflected at all in the national debate. There's never really a national debate.
I don't like it at all because I don't like the idea of eye for an eye and revenge and just the prospect of maybe getting it wrong.
But you wouldn't, if you didn't believe in revenge or punishment, you wouldn't put people in prison for life, then, would you? Because that's...
Well, I'd go easy on, let's just say, the victim's family if they decided to...
What would you... What let them decide?
Well, obviously not. No, we can't live in a society where people just take revenge. Well,
the family of the victim in this case were absolutely delighted, and they were sitting there watching it, and they couldn't give a damn about the guy twitching away. And to be fair, neither could I.
He was convicted so long ago. It seems bizarre to now...
Well, that's America. For some reason, it gets strung out. Yeah. But I mean,
Well, on the Huntley case...
This is an academic debate, isn't it? Because the truth is there's absolutely zero chance of it coming back. I mean, you don't have enough parliamentarians who are willing to reflect the public mood on it. They would be worried about what people would say internationally about Britain's reputation in the world and so on. So there's absolutely no chance of it coming back.